Welcome to my video on the interactive Python Tkinter project. So in previous part of this video, we have created this user interface window. I hope you have seen that first part on user interface of employee management system. So this user interface is created successfully. So if you have not seen the video, then I will provide link of that video that was on user interface of employee management system. Then you can see and you can learn that how can you create this user interface. Okay, and next we have to make functional all these input fields and buttons and other this is table. Okay, so first of all we have to create our database, and then I have to create a table. Then we will insert our data, and next operation will be performed like receiving or fetching data, delete from database, or update of information of a employee. Okay, so we will go next, and then we will create a database. Okay, I hope you have installed mysql. If you have not installed, then you can enter command pip. Okay, pip, and then install, sorry, install mysql, mysql, sorry. Here I will remove it, py mysql, and then you will click enter a key from your keyboard. Then your installation will be started, and then you have to configure like I have configured it. So you will go in your C drive or anywhere where you have saved your files of MySQL. So I will open this program files, and here I will open it, and then MySQL server. Okay, and next I have to open bin folder, and next I will copy this path from here, and next I will search here environment variables. Okay, environment variables, and then I will open this environment variables, and then click here environment variables. Okay, now you have to open this path. Okay, and then you have to create a new path, and then you will paste here the address that was copied. Okay, then you have to click OK, and then you will click OK button again, and then once again. Okay, so in this way you will able to configure your mysql. Okay, so next I will import this py mysql in our project. So next here I will import py mysql. Okay, py mysql, and then I will create or define a function. So here I will define a function. So first function should add function. Okay, that will be called when our add button will be clicked. So here I will use define keyword to define a function, and function name is add. Okay, so next I have to use here self as a parameter, and sorry, you have to use colon here. Okay, and here I have to create a connection. So here I will use a variable. So you can declare variable with any name, but it is common practice to declare with con. Okay, so next I have to create a connection, or I have to connect with a database. So here I will use py mysql dot connect. Okay, connect, and I have to connect with our database, and still we have not created our database, so I have to create database. So I will open this mysql workbench, and next when it will be opened. So it is opened, and now I will click here local instance mysql. Okay, so here you have to enter your password that was entered time of installation. Okay, if you have not installed your mysql, So I will provide link of video that will help you to download and install MySQL. Okay, so when you will install your MySQL in your system, then uh, you will provide a password. Okay, so same password will be entered here. So my password was admin, and then I will click OK. Okay, so next you can see that this user interface is created, and next I have to create a database. Okay, so I will click here, create a new schema. So I will click here and I will give a name. So I will give name M dB. Okay, so I will click here apply button, and next I will apply it. Okay, so it is created successfully. Now I will click on this finish button. So I have created my schema or database. Okay, so name of database is uh, em or employee db. Okay, so next I have to close it, and now I will connect this database. So I will click here and then I will connect to database. Okay, so enter here name of your database, that was emp underscore db. Okay, and then click OK button. Okay, now I have to enter again my password and then click OK. So now I have to create a table inside our database. So use query create, okay, create table. So I have to provide a name to my table. So I will give emp, okay, and next I have to create some columns. Okay, so I will use id. Okay, so this is our first column, and type of column is int, and size of column should 8. Okay, you can enter size according to your need, and next I have to set it primary key. Okay, so here I will type primary key, and next it is primary key. So you cannot enter duplicate id. Okay, and next I have to create one more column. So name of column is name, so employee name, and then I have to set its type. It should where char. Okay, and size of this column should 15. You can set according to you, and next I have to create another column. So name of column is basic, and then I have to set type, so varchar. Okay, and I have to set value. So I will give value 10. Okay, so you can enter any other size, and next I have to create another column with name cell, and type of cell is int. Okay, and I will enter 10, okay, or 8, and next I have to create another column. So column name should gender. Okay, and type of this column is var char, and size of this column is 10, and next I have to create our last column, that is address. Okay, and type of this column is var char, and size of this column should 20. Okay, so after it I have to use one more parenthesis, and this is closing parenthesis, and now I will use a semicolon. Okay, so I will select this query, and then I will execute my query. So you can see that create table imp. So in this way we have created our table successfully. Okay, now we will insert our data or information in this table. Okay, so I will minimize it, and next I have to connect by using host name. So host is localhost. Okay, so this is by default localhost, and next I have to provide username. So user is root. Okay, and next I have to provide password. So password was admin. Okay, and next and last is database. Okay, so name of database is emp underscore db. Okay, so this was name of our database. So it will be connected, and next I have to create a cursor. Okay, so here I will declare a variable with cur or cursor, and next I have to call cursor. So con dot cur cursor. Okay, so in this way we are accessing cursor, and now we have to execute a query to insert information inside our database and table of our database. So here I will use this cursor cur dot execute method. So I will call execute method, and now I have to execute my query. Okay, so first query to insert information or data into database is insert insert into imp and then values. Okay, so I have to pass here some placeholders. So we have 6 columns, that's why we have to pass here 6 placeholders. Okay, so this is first, and this is second, and this is third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So these are placeholders. In this way we are sending a message to database that we have to insert 6 values in our columns. Okay, that's why we are passing 6 placeholders. Okay, so now we have to replace these placeholders with actual variables or values. Okay, so what are values? Values will be gotten from users. Okay, so here we have to declare some variables. So here I will declare variables. Okay, so here I will comment out. So this is variables. Okay, variables, and then I have to declare some variables. First is self dot id or eid, employee id, and type of this variable should tk dot string. String. Yes, we can set it to string variable because we have not to apply any function and nor apply any calculation. Okay, so we can get or set its uh, type string var. Okay, but you can use also int. Okay, tk dot int var. So you should set int var, and next I have to declare an other variable that will contain name of employee. Okay, e name, and then type of this variable should tk dot. So name is string type. So here I will use string variable, and next I have to declare an other variable with self dot e desig. Okay, so it will contain designation of employee. So here I will use again string variable, and next I have to declare an other variable with self dot, and name of variable should e sal employees salary, and tk dot int. Okay, int var. So next, I will create another, but no need to create another. Yes, we have to create one more variable. So here I will use e gender. Okay, so it will contain gender of employee. So tk dot uh, string variable. Okay, so now we can declare another variable to contain address of variable. Sorry, address of a employee. Okay, but we cannot get value from text widget into uh, our local variable. Okay, so I will explain further later. So next I have to use these variable to get information from user. Okay, so in first entry widget or input field, I have to use our first variable to get our ID. Okay, so here I will use text variable. This is property, and here I will use self dot and then name of variable, that is eid. Okay, in this way this variable will be initialized with id of user. Okay, so which id will be inserted, that will be assigned to this eid variable. Okay, so in the same way I have to use again this text variable property, and then I have to use self dot the name of variable was ename, that will contain or initialized with name of employee, and in the same way we have to get designation of employee. So here I will use again text variable, and then I will use self dot and then name of variable was a designation. So it will be initialized with designation of user or employee. Okay. So next I have to get or store salary. So here I will use again text variable property, and then I will use here name of variable that will contain salary of user. So this is e sal. Okay, and next, this is combo box. So here I have to use uh, this gender variable. So here I will use again text variable. Okay. So next I have to use name of variable that will contain gender of employee. Okay. So this is self dot e gender. Okay, so this variable will contain a gender of employee. Okay, so in the last in text widget we cannot use text property. Okay, sorry, text variable property. Okay, we can't use text variable property. You can see this is showing me error. Okay, so that's why we cannot use here our text variable property. That's why we have to use this name to get value from this widget. Okay, so next I have to use this variable to assign or insert values into our employee table inside our database. Okay, so here I have to pass values by using a tuple. So first column was id. So here first of all I have to use name of variable that contains id of employee. Okay, so here I will use self dot eid. Okay, and then I will use or call get function to get value from variable. Okay, and in this way value of this variable will be replaced with this placeholder. Okay, so we have created id column, so that's why you should use here name of variable that contains id. Okay, so next I will separate it with a comma, and next I have to get employee name. So here I will use self dot ename. Okay, ename, and then I will use get method to get value from this variable. Okay, now I will go to next line to make the code clear and easy to understand. So here I will use name of next variable, that is self dot, and name of variable was e designation, and then get. Okay, so next I have to define name of variable that contains salary. So here self dot esal dot get. Okay, so in this way we will get salary from user, and then we will insert salary into our uh, salary column. Okay, so next I have to get gender. So here I will use self dot egender dot get. Okay, so in this way I will get gender of employee, and in the last I have to get address of employee. So we cannot use any variable to get value from text widget. So here I have to use name of variable that contains widget. Okay, so name of variable was self dot text in or address in. Okay, what was name? I will see that what was name of variable in our frame 1. Okay, sorry, here. This is address in. Okay, so I will use name address in. So here I will use self dot address in. Okay, and next I have to apply here dot get function. Okay, and then I have to get value from uh, first row and first column. So here I will use 1.0 and till end. Okay, tk dot end. So in this way we will get whole value that was inserted in our text variable. Okay, and that value is address of employee. Okay, so in this way we will able to insert values in our employee table. Okay, that exist in our database. So I will explain again. This is our query insert into employee table and then values. Okay, so here we are using some placeholder to inform our database that we have to insert these six values. Okay, so our values are six. That's why we are passing here six placeholders. Okay, and next I have to insert values. So first column was ID. That's why here I am using uh, name of variable that contains ID. Okay, and second column in employee table was name. So here I am defining name of variable that contains name of employee, and in the same way I am getting designation of employee because our third column in our table or employee table was designation. Okay, so in this way I am using name of all columns. Okay, so it is defining in a specific order. Okay, so next I have to commit it. So here I will use con dot commit. Okay, so in this way it will be inserted into our database, and when it will be inserted into our database, then I want to display a message that you have inserted your information into table successfully. So for this I have to import a message box. Okay, so that will be used to show information. So here I have to import. So from Tkinter import message box. Okay, so this message box will be used to display information. So in our add function I have to use this message box tk dot message box and then dot show info. Okay, because we have different categories of this message box. Now we have to show information. So here I will use show info, and then I will set a title for our that pop-up window. So title is success, sorry, success, and then I have to display a string. So here I will display message that data inserted successfully. Okay, so this message will be printed if our data is inserted successfully into employee table. Okay, and then we have to close the connection. So here I will use con dot close. Okay, so in this way we will close our connection with database. So I will save it and then I will execute the program. So next, if we have no any error. You can see this is our user interface, and now I will insert ID. So here I will enter 101 and name of employee David. Okay, and then designation of David is clerk. So this is clerk, sorry, clerk, and salary of clerk or David is 15,000, and gender of this David is male, and I have to set address. I will set USA, and then I will click add button, but sorry, it is not functional, so I should make it functional. So I will close this user interface window, and now I have to call this function by clicking our add button. So where was our add button? This is add button. Okay, so in the last of this add button, I have to use a property, that is command property. So first I have to use a comma, and then I will use command property, sorry, command. Okay, so this is command property, and here I have to call function, and function name is self dot add. Okay, so add, sorry, dot add. Okay, and then I will save the program, and then I will execute it. And now you can see this is our user interface, and now I have to insert ID of employee 101, name was David, and designation is clerk, and uh, salary of David is 15,000, and gender of David is male, and address is USA. Okay, now I will click add button. So I have clicked, but it is not working. Why? And what is problem? So here str object is not callable. Sorry, I have a syntax error, so I will use here comma. Okay, so I was missing a comma in our add function. So where is our add function? So here I have to use a comma. Okay, and next I will save it again, and then I will execute my project once again. And now it is output, and here I will insert again 101, and name is David, and designation is clerk. So I have inserted all information of employee 101, and then I will click this add button. Okay, now you can see data inserted successfully. Okay, so we can see in our database that is our information added or not. Okay, so we can open this workbench, and here I will enter a query. Okay, so I will enter query select all. Okay, sorry, select all, sorry, select all from imp. Okay, and I will select it, and then I will execute it. Now you can see this is ID 101, name of employee is David, and designation is clerk, salary is 15,000, and gender is male, and address is USA. Okay, so in this way we have successfully inserted our information in database, but we cannot see information here in our tree view widget, because we have to fetch data from our database, and then we will display that information in our tree view or table. Okay, so I will close it, and then I have to close this terminal. Now I have to define another function that will be used to get information from database, and then we will show information in our local table. Okay, so here I have to use def keyword to define a function, and here I will use get data. Okay, and then I will pass self as a parameter, and then I have to create another connection. So I will copy this existing code, and then I will paste it here. Okay, so I have pasted it, and I have to use another parenthesis or closing parenthesis. So process is same to connect with database. Here I am using host, and host name is localhost, user and user is root, and password and database are same. Okay, so process of connection with database is same, and now I have to execute query. Okay, so here I have to get all information from our database. So here I will use select all. So here I have to use a static sign. It is used for all. Okay, select all from imp. Okay, and then I have to fetch this data or rows. Okay, in our local variable. So I will use or declare a variable with name data. You can use any other name, and then we have to fetch all rows inside our data. Okay, so we have to fetch rows. So we will use cur dot fetch all. So here I have to use this fetch all function. Okay, so in this way, we will fetch all rows, and then we will assign all rows inside our data variable. Okay, so next I have to check a condition. So if length, okay, length of data, okay, is greater than 0. In other words, I have to check that if any row exists in our table, okay, then we have to use for loop. Sorry, first I have to clear information from our local table or tree view widget. So here I have to use self dot table. It is name of our widget that contains information, and this is our local table or tree view widget. So name of this widget is table, and then dot delete. We have to delete all existing information. So delete, and then we have to delete all children's. Okay, self dot table dot get children. Okay, so in this way we will get all children of this table, and then we will delete all these childrens. Okay, because we have to display play new information. Okay, so next we have to get information using for loop, and now I have to declare a local variable. So I am using I for a local variable name. You can use any other name, and then I have to use in keyword, and then I will initialize this I with values of data. Okay, so in this way, if we have three rows in our data variable, then this I will be initialized with these three rows. Okay, and our for loop will be terminated, sorry, executed three times. Okay, so in first iteration we have to get first row in our local table. So here I have to use self dot table dot insert. Here I have to call insert method, and then I will uh, take empty place or column, and then I have to use tk dot e end. Okay, so next I have to insert value in our tree view widget. So here I have to use values. Okay, and then I have to get value from I. Okay, so in first iteration, first row is allocated to this I. Okay, and in this way we are getting value from I, that is first row. So in this way, if we have three rows, in first iteration we will get first row, and in next iteration we will get a second row, and in third iteration we will get third row. Okay, so in this way we have to display, sorry, I have to use commit using con that commit. Okay, commit, and next I have to close this connection. So here I have to use con dot close. So in this way we will able to display our information in our local table or tree view widget. Okay, so I have to call this function here. After this message box, I have to call the function, and name of function is self dot get data. Okay, so this is get data, and next I have to save it, and then I will execute this project. And now I will insert an other value or information of employee. So here I have to insert 102, and name of employee is John, and designation is manager, and salary of this manager is 20,000, and gender is male, and address is UK. Okay, sorry, UK. And next I have to click this add button, and now you can see data inserted successfully, and now I will click OK, and now you can see that information of both employees is displayed here. First is 101. This is ID of first employee. Name of first employee is David, and designation is clerk. Salary is 15,000, and gender is male. Address is USA, and second is information of our second employee. Okay, now we have to make functional our other buttons like update, delete, and clear. So this click button, sorry, clear button will clear all this information in our input fields. Okay, so I have to define some functions that will called by clicking these buttons. Okay, so I will close it, and I have to close this terminal. Now I have to define another function. Okay, so next I have to define a clear function. So here I will use def and clear. Okay, I have to use clear. You can use any other name, and then self as a parameter, and then I have to set values null of all input fields. Okay, so here I have to use self dot, so name of first variable that contains ID, because I have to set 0 our first variable or input field. So name of variable was EID that contains ID of our employee. Okay, self dot id dot set, here I have to call set function, and I have to set 0 because type of our first variable is integer, so here I have to use 0. Okay, and I will copy it, and then I will paste it on next line. So I will paste once more, and once more, and once more. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5, and next I have to set it empty or null because its type is a string, and name of variable is e name. Okay, and next name is e desig, and I will set it null when a clear button will be clicked. Okay, and next is e cell, and I will set it 0 or null because its type is integer, so I have to use 0 to set its value null. Okay, and next is gender, e gender, and I will set its value null. And next I have to delete information from our text widget. So I will use self dot address in. Okay, and then I have to call delete function. Okay, I have to delete from first row and first column and till end. Okay, so here I will use tk dot end, so it will delete all information in our text widget. Okay, so I have to save it, sorry, I have to call this function on clicking our clear button. So where is our clear button? This is our clear button. Here I will call this function by using command property. Okay, so here I will use command property and then I will call the function. Okay, so here name of function is self dot clear. Okay, so in this way we are calling function when our clear button will be clicked. And next I have to define a update function to update a row or information of an employee. So here I will define function using def keyword and name of function is update. Okay, and I will pass self as a parameter and then I will use semicolon. So I have to connect with database. So I will copy all this process from here. So after I will paste here. Okay, so I will remove this query. Okay, so other process will remain same, like I have to connect with database. So I will pass parameter a host with value and user password and database. Okay, and then I have to create a cursor and then I have to call execute function to execute our query. Okay, so here I will type query to update a specific information update. Okay, so it will up, sorry, mistake in spelling, update employee. Okay, so this is name of table, update employee table and set. Okay, now we have to set values for name. Okay, so here I will pass this placeholder and next I have to update designation column. So here I have to use again this placeholder and next I have to update salary. So sal and then I will use cell and placeholder and next I have to update gender. Okay, so here name of column is gender and then I will pass here a placeholder and next I have to update address. Okay, so this is address and then I have to pause here also a placeholder. Okay, and next I have to update information of a specific employee. Okay, so we will found or search employee on the basis of his or her ID. Okay, so here I will use where clause and then where ID is equal to and then I will pass here placeholder again. Okay, so in this way if user enters 102 then we can say that update employee table and set a name, designation, salary, gender, address, where ID is 102. So in this way, all information of employee with 102 ID will be updated. Okay. So next I have to pass here some values and here I will use name of variables that contains actual value. Okay, gotten from user and here I have to pass by using this tuple. So next I have to use first column is name. Okay, here first column is name. So first I have to get name from user. So here I will use self dot and then get, sorry, name of variable is ename. Okay, and then dot get. Here I will use get method to get information or value that contains this variable. Okay, so I will go to next line. Okay, and here I have to call other variables with different values, like next I have to desic. So this is spelling mistake, desic. Okay, so next I have to call here self dot desic. Okay, edesic, sorry, edesic, and then I will call get function to get value and then I have to use here cell or eCell variable. So here I will use self dot eCell, okay, dot get, sorry, get. And next I have to get designation, sorry, not designation, gender, okay. So on next line I will call a next variable that contains gender, self dot e gender, okay, dot get, and then parenthesis. And next I have to get address. So here I have to get address by using self dot e address, okay. Sorry, I have value in uh, address in variable, okay. I will see what is name of variable. So here in frame 1, in frame 1, yes, this is address in, okay, that contains address. So we cannot variable cannot use variable because text variable sorry, text widget does not allow to use uh, text variable property, okay. So next I have to use this text in variable to get value from text edit sorry widget, okay. Self dot text sorry address in, so this is address in, and then dot get from first row and first column, okay, 1 0 sorry 1.0, and then tk dot end, and next okay. So in this way, we will get value from text widget. Okay. And next, I have to use variable that contains uh, ID of employee. Okay. So in next line, I have to use self dot and name of variable is eid, because in this case id is in last, okay. That's why I have to call this eid variable in the last. So here eid dot get, okay. So in this way we will get value uh, for name, okay. So this is get value for name because we have defined first column, that is name, okay. And second is designation, second column is designation. That's why we are calling here e desig dot get, because it contains designation of employee and so on, okay. And id is in the last because we are defining this id column in the last, okay. And these are placeholders, those will be replaced with these actual values. And next I have to commit, so I will go to next line and then con dot commit, okay. And here I have to use message box to display information or message that data is updated successfully. So I will copy from here and then I will paste it next. So I will paste it here, okay. And next I will call function get data to display updated information in our local table or tree view widget. So here I have to use self self dot get data, okay. So this function will be called, and here I have to replace inserted with updated, okay. So data updated successfully, and then we will call this function to display new updated information, and then I have to close this connection, con dot close, okay. So I have to call this function by clicking our update button. So I have to find where is our update button. So this is update button. Here I will call uh, or use command property, okay. So here I will use command property, and then I have to call here our update function self dot update. Okay, and now I will save these changes, and then I will execute the program. And now I have to insert a new value. Okay, so this is a mistake. I have to write here employees gender, and here I have to type employees address. Okay, so I will change later, and I have inserted some values, and now I will insert one more value. So here I will type 106, and then name is uh, Johnny. Okay, Johnny, and designation is manager. Okay, and then salary is 20,000, and gender is male, and address is France or Norway. Okay, Norway. And then I will click this update button, and you can see data updated. Sorry, I have not to update it. I have to add this. Okay, no problem. We will say again. So this last employee is updated. Like you can see, ID is 106, and now name is Johnny, and designation is manager, salary is 20,000, gender is male, and address is Norway. Okay, so these are six employees. Now I will update this second employee. Okay, so I will clear these input values or inserted values. Now I will insert id 102. I have to update information of this John. Okay, 102, and I will keep name same. So here I will use John name, but I will change designation. Here I will use programmer, and next I will update salary. So here I will use 30,000, and then this gender will remain same, and now I have to change address. So here I will use Canada. Okay, and then I have to click this update button. Now you can see that John is manager, but we have to update it, and we will replace it with programmer, and its salary is 20,000, and we will update it with 30,000. Okay, and its gender is male, so it will remain same, and we will update address. Okay, so I will click here on update button. Data updated successfully. This string is printed, and now I will click OK. So you can see that information of John is updated. Now he is programmer. His salary is 30,000. He is male, and now his address is Canada. Okay, so in this way we have successfully updated information of John or a employee with ID 102. Okay, now we have to make functional this delete button. So I will close this user interface and then terminal. So I have to change text values of labels, like this is employees gender. Okay, so here I will use employees gender, and it is address, employees address. So next I have to define another function to delete specific information of an employee. Okay, so next I have to define a function with name remove. So here I will use def keyword to define a new function, and then I will set name remove, and then I will pass as a parameter self. Next, I have to create connection. So I will paste here, sorry, Control Z, and now I will copy this existing code to connect with database, and then I will paste it inside our remove function. Okay, so next I have to remove this query, and I have to type delete. Okay, delete from employee where id we have to search on the basis of id of employee, where id is equal to here I have to use this placeholder. Okay, now I have to get ID from user. So here I will call the variable that contains ID of employee. So here I will use self dot eid dot get. Okay, so in this way we will get ID from user, and this actual value will be replaced with this placeholder. Okay, so next I have to commit it. So con dot commit. Okay, and next I have to show a message by using this message box. So I will copy this existing statement, and then I will paste it here. Okay, now I have to update it like data deleted. Okay, successfully, and then I have to call get data function. Okay, to display information or remaining information. Self dot get data dot, sorry, only get data, and then I have to close the connection con dot close. Okay, so I have to call this function by clicking del or delete button. So I have to find button, and this is delete button. Okay, so here I have to call the function by using command property. I will use comma here, and then I will use command property command, and then I will call this remove function self dot command, remove. Now I will save it with control plus S, and then I will execute the program, and now I have to delete a specific information. So we have 6 employees. Now I have to delete employee with ID 103. So here I will enter 103, and then I will click this delete button. Now you can see data deleted successfully. Now we should have 5 employees. So I will click this OK button. Now you can see 103 is removed successfully from our table, and he is also removed from database. Okay, so this is 101, 102, and now 103 is skipped, and 104, 105, and 106. Okay, so in this way we have successfully deleted or removed uh, employee with ID 103. Okay, so I have to clear input fields. Now I have to search a specific employee uh, as the basis of ID or name. Okay, so if I have select this ID, then I have to enter ID of employee. Okay, but if I will choose name, then I have to enter name. Okay, to search or display information of employee. Okay, and then I have to make functional this display all button. Okay, and by clicking this display all button, we will able to see information of all employees in our database. Okay, so first of all I have to make functional this combo box, and then I have to get value from user, and then I have to search on the basis of name or ID. Okay, so I will close this user interface window, and then I will close this terminal. Now I have to define a new function. So in the last, after remove function, I have to define search. Okay, def, and then name of function should search. Okay, and I will pass self as a parameter, and then I will use column. And next I have to connect, and now I have to connect with database. So I will copy this existing code that is used to connect with database, and then I will paste it here. Okay, so I will remove this query, and other code will remain same. Okay, so I have to execute query, select, okay, select all from EMP. Select all from EMP. Where? Here I have to use where clause because we have to select a specific employee. Okay, and then I have to concatenate variable that contains ID or name. I mean value of combo box. So I have not declared variables to get value from combo box or search or input field. Okay, so here I have to declare two variables. So here I will declare self dot search type. Okay, search type. This is a variable name and its type is tk dot string variable. Okay, and next I have to declare another variable self dot search in. You can use any other name, search in, and then its type should tk dot string variable. Okay, now I have to get value from our combo box that contains value id and name, and then I have to get id or name from user from frame 2. Okay, so I have to use these variable to get value from combo box and entry field in frame 2. Okay, so this is our combo box, and here I have to use uh, text variable. Okay, so text variable as a property, and then I have to use variable self dot search type. Okay, search type. So this variable will contain search type id or name. Okay, and then we have to get id or name from user. So here I will use this text variable property, text variable, and then I will use self dot search in. Okay, where is search in? So this search in variable will contain name or ID of user. Okay, so next I have to use these variables in our last function, that is search function. So here we have to concatenate the first variable, that is so here I have to use plus self. Okay, self dot and name of variable is search type. Okay, and then plus again. Now I have to use again this equal sign, and then here I have to use placeholder. Okay, so this is placeholder, and then I have to get ID or name from user. So here I have to use self. Okay, self dot search in. So this is search in and dot get. Okay, so here I have to use dot get. Okay, so in this way we will get value from combo box. So if user choose ID and then he enters 102, so we can read this query as select all from employee table where ID is equal to 102. Okay, so in this way information of employee with id 102 will be displayed in our local table or tree view widget. Okay, so in this variable we will get type, I mean search type, id or name. Okay, and by using this variable we are getting id, I mean it may 101, 102, 104, and 105. Okay, and if it is name, then it can David, Peter, John, Alina, and extra. Okay, so next I have to commit it, and then I will call function get data. So here I have to use con dot commit. Sorry, here I have to get in sorry rows in our local variable. So here I will use rows. Okay, and then I have to use fetch all function, cur dot fetch all. Okay, so this is fetch all function that will fetch all rows from our employee table, and then these rows will be assigned to this rows variable. Okay, now we have to set a condition. If length of rows is greater than 0, okay, is greater than 0, then we have, sorry, name of variable is rows. Okay, so if this row or rows are greater than 0, then we have to delete information from our local table. So here I have to use self dot table. Okay, table, and then delete. So I have to delete all children's. So here I will use self static self dot table dot get children. Sorry, get children. Okay. So in this way we will get all children's, and then we will delete all children's. Okay. And next I have to search this specific employee. So I will use for, and then I will use j as a variable name, and then I will use in keyword, and I will get rows from rows variable. Okay, and now we have to insert this information in our local table or tree view widget. So here I have to use self dot table, and then insert dot insert. So this is insert method to insert value in our tree view. So next I have to use empty space, and then tk dot end. Okay, and next I have to get value from j, because we have assigned all rows to this j. So here I have to get value one by one from j. So here I have to use values property, and then I have to get value from j. Okay, so in this way, if we have searched employee on the basis of his or her name, and we find two employees with same name. So our for loop will be executed two times, and in this way we will get two rows in our local table or tree view widget, and we will display them. So next I have to commit using con dot commit. Okay, and next uh, if, and this is in case if length of rows is greater than 0, it means that if any rows exist, but what will happen if no data exists in our database, then we have to use else, and we have to display a message, okay, or error. So here I have to use message box cell, sorry, tk dot message box dot show error. It will display error, show error, and then I have to set title for this uh, window or pop-up window error. Okay, and then I have to print a message. So here I will print that data not found. Okay, so if we do not found any row in our database, then this message will be displayed or printed that data not found, and this is a error message. Okay, and then we will close our connection. So here I will use con dot close. Okay, and next I have to uh, call this search function by clicking our search button in frame 2. So we will search frame 2. Where is our frame 2? So this is frame 2, and here I have to search this button. Okay, search button, and here I have to use command property. So here, okay, so here I will use a comma, and then I will call command property, and then I will call search function self dot search. Okay, and this function will be called when our search button will be clicked. Okay, so next I have to make functional our display all button. So next I have to define another function that will return all rows from database. So here I have to use def keyword, and then I have to use show all. Okay, show all. Then self is as a parameter, and then column. Next, I have to connect with database, but I have defined a same function that is get data. Okay, so we should copy all this code from get data function, and then we will paste it on next function in next function. So this is show all function, and we will paste here. So in this function we are trying to connect with database by using host, username, password, and database, and then we are creating or calling cursor, and then we have used select all from employee table query, and then we are fetching all rows, and then we are inserting all rows in our local variable data table, and then we have to set condition that if length of data is greater than 0, it means that if minimum one row exists. Okay, so in this way we have to delete all information in our local table or tree view widget. Then we have to execute our for loop, and it will insert rows one by one, okay, in our local table. And then we have to commit it, and then we will close our connection. Okay, so it is if length of data is greater than 0. But what will happen if we do not found any row? Then we have to use else, and then I will copy this error message box. Okay, so I will copy it, and then I will paste it here. Okay, so I have pasted it, and now I will save it. Okay, so if we have found any row, then we will display information of row. Otherwise, we will print this message that is data not found. Okay, so I have to save it, and then I will execute the program, and now I have to search by choosing ID. Okay, now I will uh, type here ID 105, and then I will click this search button. Okay, search button, but this button is not functional. I will close the program or user interface. And what is error? I will see. Sorry, I have some text error. Here name of function is search. Okay, not search in. Okay, so this was our mistake. So here name of function is search, not search in, and we have to call function on this button, that is show all. Okay, so here I have to use comma to separate this code from other code. So here I have to use command property. Okay, command property, and here I have to call self dot show all. Okay, so this function will be called when show all button will be clicked. Now I will save this code again, and then I will execute my program. And next you can see now we have to choose id. Okay, so I will choose this option id, and now I have to enter 105, and then I will click search button. Now you can see that employee id is 105, name is happy, designation is programmer, salary is 30,000, and gender is male, and address is China. Okay, so what will happen if I will enter 107, that does not exist in database. Okay, so I will click this search button. Now you can see data not found. Okay, so I will click OK button, and now I have to click this display all button. So now you can see that all information of all employees is inserted here. Okay, so what will happen if I will choose name? Okay, so now I will enter name happy. Okay, happy, and then I will click this search button, and now you can see 105, and name is happy, designation is programmer. Okay, now I will insert one more row, and it will compare or match with name of our existing employee. So here I will enter employee id 107, and then name I will enter John. We have already John in our database, so I will insert again name John, and then I will insert designation secretary, and salary is 50,000, and gender is male, and address is Norway. Okay, Norway. Okay, and then I will add it, and data is inserted successfully. Now you can see that we have two employees with same name. One is with ID 102, and last is with ID 107. So we have two employees with same name. Now I have to search on the basis of name. So here I will enter John. Okay, so I will enter John, and now I will click on search button. Now you can see that here we can see two John. Okay, one is with ID 102, and name is John, and designation is programmer, and salary is 30,000, and his address is Canada, and other is with ID 107, but name is same John, and his designation is secretary, and his salary is 50,000. He is also male, and his address is Norway. Okay, so in this way we can search multiple employees having same name by choosing this name option. Okay, but if we enter or choose id, then we can get only single employee. Okay, so this was all about that how to create employee management system. So this was a complete project for employee management system. I hope this video will be very helpful and easy to understand for you. If you like this video, please share with your friends and class fellows. And if you did not subscribe our YouTube channel, then please subscribe our YouTube channel right now. Thank you.